Good morning, Findlay Dreamers.
Good morning,
Mrs. Adams.
Oh, I love that. And good morning, Findlay Scholars.
Good
morning, Mr. Miller.
Good morning, Findlay family.
Good
morning,
Mr. Kirby. And today we have on Rusty and Esmeralda and Natalie all in unison. Thank you so much for being with us.
That is a perfect start to our day. So many perfect things happening at Findlay. I have a message from Trudy in 5th grade. And Trudy knows that she will be transitioning to a new school next year. So she wrote on the back of her artwork, "I love this school since I walked in. I hope I can come back in the future. This is the best school." That's Trudy's conclusion about Findlay. 5th grade students at the end of the year think about what mark or what legacy they want to leave Findlay Elementary. And part of that legacy is a musical that our drama students are a part of. Today, we have a very special musical, and your teachers will show it to you in your virtual classes or in your in-person classes. And this is a huge shout out to Mr. Harmsen and all the staff here at Findlay and all the students that were brave enough to say, "I'll sing, I'll be in the musical, I'll show people what I think of Findlay." It's a great time of year for those celebrations. Thanks, Mr. Miller.
Thank you. And you know, it's kind of ironic. I've been thinking about 5th graders more and more lately. And today, I think I finished what I wanted to say in a few days already. I think I finished it up because there's so many great things that I know about them from years past and this current school year that it was pretty easy for me to say what I need to say. It's going to be exciting for me to share that with them and mean a lot to all of us in the process. And what really means a lot to me, of course, is there's a participation, positive office referrals. And we have quite a few today. And I told this student yesterday, I had to tell him this in front of the whole class. Yael, in Mrs. Spritzer's room. I mean, I told his mother he could get one every day. And the students go, "Yes, that's right." And so very proud of him throughout the whole year. Then we have Alicia from Mrs. Roberts' room and Cameron from Mrs. Brevard's room, Charlotte, the kindness person of the year from Miss Stender's room. Then Mrs. Jinks, not only she did 2, she did 4 this time. 4 of them. Preston, Brianna, Arlene, and Jonathan Wilborn. And then we had Destiny Smith from Mr. Williams' room, Ollie M. from Mrs. Fisher's room, art room, and then Nurse Lori gave one out to Alex Ward. A big heart, she said. And I love this statement from Nurse Lori about him. He includes everybody. And that really is summing up what Findlay's about, including everybody and everything to get their input and ideas and be part of activities. So thanks, Alex Ward out there. We appreciate who you really are inside. And today we have some successful students. Esmeralda and Natalie are going to talk about their successes in 2nd grade. And I know they have a lot to share. So Esmeralda, you want to go ahead with an example from success from your class?
Yeah. So of our class that they've been doing good on staying level 0 when we come from recess, and so they can be ready for the next lesson for when Mr. Sun comes in.
Yes, Esmeralda, did you see what she did? She solved the problem in the midst of what she had to say. Talk about successful, Esmeralda. I heard the level 0 to get ready for the next transition. Your class does that very well, so thanks for that. And
Yeah.
Natalie, go ahead, please.
We've been great at sharing things if the other person didn't have stuff.
Yes, I really believe in that. So you're including everybody and helping them along, right? And we're going to see that soon from our friend Rusty, but Misty Kirby will take that away here.
Problem solved. Always unmute if you have something to say and it's your turn. That's a golden lesson here. Yeah, you know, I was just speaking of Natalie, I'm glad you brought that up with your class because I was actually having a class discussion, which in kindergarten, even in May, it's great to say that we could have a class discussion in Miss Osborne's room. And when somebody got stuck or maybe lost their train of thought or thought they had the answer and wasn't sure, they relied on their classmates, and their classmates, first of all, they know to raise their hand in a class discussion and jump in and support. And that happens in every classroom. In fact, I saw yesterday in Mr. Sun's room, there's books being distributed because we're clearing the shelves and making way for new books. And Mr. Sun had a stack of books, and there are various titles. And you could raise your hand, he'd read a title, and you could raise your hand to get a book. And there weren't enough books for every student for each title. But I saw when maybe a student got the last book and their desk mate or somebody even across the aisle didn't have a book yet. I saw kids in your class, Natalie, handing books over and saying, hey, it's no big deal. We're sharing. We're in this together. We all want to take some books home. So that kind of stuff is just really uplifting from kindergarten to 5th grade. I saw 4th graders yesterday helping out 1st graders there's just so many great things going on. It's always a great day. Like Mrs. Adams says, it might be raining outside, but it sure is sunny in here. Right, Rusty? Would you like to join us here in the meeting and share your piece?
I got a shout out.
Shout
Out.
I got a shout out for Sophia being the best sister ever.
Wow. Rusty, you're one lucky brother. You know, it kind of made me think it's good to have brothers and sisters, but even if you don't, you can still be a good big brother, kind of like Alex Ward. I think of him as kind of a big brother to everybody, including people. You know, a good big brother helps you figure stuff out, or big sister might be the case. But leading people, helping them, including them, asking them for their voices, all that stuff is great. And you don't have to be a big brother or a big sister to do that in your own classroom and with your own group of friends. And let me tell you, that's going to pay off because someday you might find yourself in
College.
All right. I think we have a new thing going on here. Well, since you know someday you might end up in college, and I know someday you might end up in college, why don't we shout it to the rooftops with our college cheer? You ready? 1, 2, ready, go.
2, 4, 4, 6, 8. When does 5th graduate? 20, 22, 2, 4, 6, 8. When does 4th graduate? 20, 33, 2, 4, 6. 20,
24, 2, 4, 6, 8. When does second grade graduate? 20,
20,
31,
31,
6, 8. Graduate. 20, 36. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does kindergarten graduate? 20,
27.
Dream it. We believe. All heart. Be the change.